Hi guys, Pete Mazaris, Home Inspector Mentor, here to talk to you about what makes a home inspector successful, in my opinion and based on my experience. And so, obviously, number one is acquiring the technical knowledge to perform a home inspection, which is, in my opinion, the easiest of all things to do because there are many fine schools available in your area online and on site that can start you off on the career, of course, and the technical education part of it. And there's just so much information, quality information that can be gleaned online from ASHI and InterNACHI and not so much my channel because you guys know that I focus more on, running your business, starting your business, and becoming, busy in your business. So obviously, number one is getting really good at your craft by getting educated. And, whether you have a construction background or just a technical background like I did, then, this career obviously is well suited to, people of with those skill sets. And so as you practice and do inspections and you come across things that you didn't read about or didn't hear about in your classes, then that's an opportunity to investigate online. Almost everything that you need to know regarding home inspection technical issues that you're not aware of or come across for the first time can be found online. Very rarely is it something that you have to go and ask someone like me who's had thousands and thousands and thousands of inspections done. And and even that's a misnomer because a lot of things are specific to the local area or part of the country that you perform your home inspections in. So leave that as it may. Number one, goes without showing, technical knowledge and experience in performing, or I'm sorry, how a house works and common issues that we come across. So the next thing is to be able to perform a efficient on-site home inspection. Okay, a lot of new people will get caught up in, not wanting to miss anything and, being very methodical or maybe not methodical, but inefficient with their data collection process and their data entry process into their reports. And so they inadvertently turn a 2-hour inspection into a 4-hour inspection, which obviously turns off the referring realtor or any realtor that's present who may be a future potential future referral source for you. So that's why I always advocate to practice your inspections on your own home, your friends and family's homes, your neighbors' homes, your co-workers, whoever it is. And so by doing that, and you do that 25, 50 times, then on different homes, and you follow the process of investigating things online that you haven't seen before, and then you start to get a better routine for your process and your efficiency and your accuracy and your thoroughness, and that will show when you start to perform inspections in front of the general public, people you don't know. And that is a skill set that can be acquired by anybody listening to me. Okay, that simply takes practice and discipline and selecting the right approach for your style. Okay, so my approach for many years was to collect the data with my camera and a video recorder on site, and then populate the report later offsite on my time. So that allowed me to win a lot of friends and influence a lot of people, so to speak, and it got a lot of realtors on my side, and I was, unencumbered by the data entry process on site. So that allowed me to really, take my time, be thorough, be efficient, and really wow my customers. So those customers turned into future referral sources. And that's really that's our goal. Our goal is to continue to have a ongoing customer business stream, and the only way, in my opinion, to do that, or the primary way, is to be excellent on site with what you're doing, so that your past clients tell friends and family and coworkers about how great you are, and you have realtors referring you. So it's unbelievably fantastic, business perpetuation system that is naturally baked into the process of being a home inspector. And if you do it right, then you literally have a zero advertising and marketing budget. Can you imagine that, having a small business and you don't have to spend any money for marketing and advertising, kind of like where I am? So that's possible. Yeah, I know. In the early days, you're going to have to pay, as you get yourself going. But eventually, the snowball should keep rolling and gathering momentum, so that you don't have to pay people or marketing agencies or SEO companies to promote and optimize your business, because you have a great word of mouth um, customer base and referral base already going for you. And if you follow my methods for optimizing on the internet, then you can do that for free. It's a great way to go. And so the other aspect of your data collection process, obviously, is the report system that you choose to work with. And so having a report that is easy to read, a narrative style, doesn't give anybody a headache when they read it, because most of your customers probably are not repeat buyers. Maybe some of them are experienced buyers, but most of them are first time buyers, or they're older, people who haven't bought a house in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And so when you give them your report, you don't want to give them such consternation in reading it, that they can't understand, what's important, what needs to be fixed, how to fix it, why it should be fixed, and what happens if you don't fix it, and get too caught up into the technical jargon. Obviously, you have to communicate your findings in a way that is not only technically based, so that a tradesperson can understand it, and the industry, people who are home inspectors and realtors can understand it, but really your customer is your client. Your customer is the buyer, and they're not up on all our jargon. So you have to find that happy medium of explanation by not being too wordy, okay, and overload your client with too many bells and whistles, pictures and diagrams and arrows and everything that some of us can tend to do, because we're just naturally technically oriented people, which is why we were attracted to this industry in the first place. And so that report should be nice, easy to read and interpret and to put together, easy to populate, either when you finally get to the point where you get pretty good at your craft on site, and you can go ahead and populate right from your cell phone, the app that comes along with your commercial reporting system. Um, as you begin to do that, then you need to have a reporting system that not only allows you to do that, obviously, but allows you to publish something that is best in class from a presentation standpoint. And you guys can easily find who that partner is that you want to work with, or who that commercial reporting software is, simply by going to all your competitors' websites and looking at their sample reports, and seeing what you think looks the best, has the best presentation, and you will be able to select, I think, based on that method. And that's how we were led to our commercial reporting software. We started to see it, those types of reports popping up in our competitors' websites, and we're like, okay, well, this is better than what we're doing, so let's think about migrating to it. And so you want to have that picture, like I said, that report that has nice, clear, detailed iPhone quality pictures that are available, that can be zoomed in on, as well as that narrative style flow in your report. And so, if you put all those things together, your technical knowledge, your process, your routine, your on-site communication, when you first meet the client and the home inspector or the realtor, and you set the expectations for the report. I'm sorry, the inspection, such as you tell them as you introduce yourselves what you're going to do, and not to follow you around because that will slow you down. Number one. Number two, distract you. And number three, not make you efficient. And again, most clients get that. And so you set those expectations and you go through that house very thoroughly and detailed and give everybody updates as you see them. That allows you to get a inspection done in a reasonable time frame so that nobody is going, oh, this Pete Mazzaris guy, he's inefficient, he's obviously new, doesn't know what he's doing that much, I don't think I want to refer him to my future customers. Okay, that's not the right way to become successful at this. You want to already have that down before you start to get that exposure with potential referral sources, whether they're the listing agent, the buying agent, the seller, or the buyer's friends, family, and neighbors. So by doing that, then you establish a name for yourself, and then the world starts referring you to everyone they know who needs a home inspection, and so that process is kind of simple. Once you start to put these things together that way, then your business starts to explode because people start to see you and get to know you and like you and trust you, which is the basis for word of mouth referrals, which of course primarily comes from the realtors, because the realtors are the gatekeepers to our clients, and it's the most effective way for us to reach our customers is via the realtors, because the realtors already spent all their money and time and effort to acquire that customer, and so we are the little pilot fish who latch on to the realtors because we can be more direct with our marketing, so to speak, whether it's paid or it's free. And by doing that, we become successful. And so as we have a great process that we've developed, a great reporting process that we've developed, a great technical background and routine, we're not getting complaints from sellers who after we've inspected their houses, leaving the house as you found it, so you don't get callbacks and upset listing agents and sellers, which is all part of being successful. And you start to then be competent enough to go out and solicit more realtors, okay, whether it's through $50 discount cards or writing a letter to the top agents in every office, introducing yourself and offering them a free inspection to their next client or to themselves. Then you get more and more exposure to busier and busier realtors who then start to add you to their list, and then your business continues to go forward that way. And every report that you are publishing, you are either manually 2 days or 3 days or 1 day later sending a follow-up email or text or both to your client, asking if they have any questions about the report, and if they do, to contact you. Otherwise, if they wouldn't mind leaving you a 5-star Google review, and here's a link to do that. And so then you start building up your Google reviews. And of course, if you have a commercial reporting system such as Spectora or HomeGauge or ISN, you can set those emails and text messages to go out automatically 2 days after every inspection. And so then you start to build your Google reviews. And as you build your Google reviews, then you should be optimizing at that point your website, and specifically your Google My Business site, because that Google My Business site is the one that's going to get the phone calls from the internet if you get up into the 3-pack. And there's a way to do that. And the primary way is to build your 5-star Google reviews up so that Google recognizes you as a great service provider for home inspections in your local area. And of course, there's more to it, but then as you start to get more calls from the internet because of that, then you start to meet more realtors that you haven't been able to reach via your advertising or your marketing. And so then again, those new realtors observe how good you are in your process, how you communicate, how you perform the inspection, how you treat their client, how efficient you are, and how nice your report looks, and how professional you are. And then guess what? They add you to their list. So there you go. Pete Mazzero's quick summary on how to be a successful home inspector. Hope all is well with everybody.